Good morning. Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
And this is the show. Well, you are the show. So thank you for doing your part today, because if no one's watching or listening, then it's just two people talking in a room.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
I guess as long as one person's watching, it's a show, correct?
So every conversation you have is a show if one person's watching you?
No. If there are at least two people... Well, no, because you could have a single-person show. Yeah, I guess. The world is a stage, Carla Marie.
It is. I mean, that is a fact.
Or something like that.
And
Anyway,
an oyster.
The world is an oyster. And life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, lots of...
What
is it, though?
What do you mean?
We should make a list of all the things life is.
Well, we were first talking about the world.
So,
you could also say the world is a vampire.
Never heard that.
Smashing Pumpkins? What? Carla Marie.
Unfamiliar.
Hold, please. I'm not going to play it through.
No, we're going to go to jail.
No, we won't. Watch. I'm not going to play it through, the main part. I'll play it through my phone. I don't want to add this Spotify widget. Get out of here.
I was never a Smashing Pumpkins gal. Are they a Halloween band?
Yes. What's the name of the song?
Oh, Dana's right. Life is apparently also a highway.
Oh, true. You can ride it all. I want to ride it all night long. Yeah. Right? Yeah. That's a weird thing to say. Let's see. What's the name of this band? Anyone? Give me the...
Because no one's a Smashing Pumpkins band. We're more Hocus Pocus girlies in here. Or fan, not band. Vicky said...
Bullet with Butterfly Wings is the song.
Thank you, Jen, for telling people that it's September, so you get 25% off. Never heard that. Make it stop.
What?
Jail. I'm not going to jail for this Halloween band.
You've never heard this song?
Never heard it. Also, I thought they were... Anthony, it's going to pick it up.
No, we're good. We're good.
I thought they were like screamo, like hardcore heavy metal. That was very
I wouldn't say heavy
Flatty.
metal. It's rock. It's not. I wouldn't call them heavy metal.
Yeah, I thought they were like Metallica.
No. How would anyone? Any Smashing Pumpkins fans in here?
That was like, who's the Devil Went Down to Georgia guy?
What's
his name? Devil Went Down to Georgia.
That's not the Smashing Pumpkins.
I know. Who is that?
Devil Went Down to Georgia is the violinist or the fiddleist. What's his name? Jess from Minnesota. Thank you very much for those 3 gifted subs. Appreciate that.
Charlie Daniels Band.
There
they
you
sound
go.
like that is what I was trying to say.
They don't sound like that at all. Let's see. It's Meg, not Megan. I grew up listening to Smashing Pumpkins because of my older brother. Yeah, I had older cousins who were Smashing Pumpkins fans, which is how I got to know them.
I have. Who am I thinking of that are like?
It isn't Billy. God, what's his name? The lead singer. He's done like a bunch of features and stuff too. But anyway.
Corgan?
Yeah. So the world.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, Motley Zoo does stuff with that guy all the time. They just posted about him.
Well, there you go.
Because they always have Smashing Pumpkins animals.
So.
Oh my God, our friend Paige at Motley Zoo would probably kill me if she heard
The
that.
world is a vampire.
Okay.
The world is a stage.
Is it a vampire because it sucks you of your
Probably.
life?
The world is a stage. The world is, what'd you say, an oyster? The world is your oyster. Your oyster. What's another one?
Are we doing worlds or life?
Well, let's start a list. We could do world on one side and life on the other. Because then you got life is like a box of chocolates. Life
It's a highway.
Life is a highway. There's something else we missed.
Life is short.
Nah, I wouldn't use that. That's not really a metaphor. That's just a saying.
Life is a hike.
Life
Lenny
is a
said that.
hike. That's great.
All right, we're not making a list. Right
No? I'm trying to see if there's any other good ones in the chat before we move on.
I feel like everyone's a little slow today.
Why?
I don't know. Because I am, so I feel like everyone
Maybe it's just our interwebs.
No, we're all just a little slow.
I wish I could think of another life one. Life is like a box of chocolates. Life is a highway. All right. Well, we're going to move on. Oh, life's a beach.
Life's a beach.
Isn't that in like every Jersey Shore household somewhere?
It wasn't in the one we had, though I did want to do a tour of the LBI house we stayed in last week and the little like signs they had. There weren't many, but there was a "She sells seashells by the seashore" sign.
Yeah, the whole like poem thing, right?
It was just that.
Oh,
what
it
I
was?
just said.
I can't say it.
Stop.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
You just did.
Yeah, but I can't say it fast like
Well,
you're
fast.
supposed to. Say it fast. Go.
I can.
Oh, got to mute Carla Marie, the booger queen.
All of that was in my head.
Man, that was a lot. Okay. Are you ready, Carla Marie?
She sells seashells by the seashore.
So, what we got on the show today, we've got the Cookbook Club recap from Carla Marie that went down last night.
Yep.
Coach Talk. This was a cool little experience. Wild animals as pets. I've got questions for people. And gold bars at Costco.
Yeah.
Which I kind of wish I knew about. But first up, Carla Marie, give us your Cookbook Club recap.
So I hosted Cookbook Club last night for the first time at our house. Now, Cookbook Club is something that my friends and I do. The host picks a cookbook, like a recipe book, and tells the other 4 people in the group, hey, we're going to make, here's 4 recipes, fight amongst yourselves on what you want to make, but that's what you're bringing. The host also makes something. Everyone.
So the host picks the recipes and everyone then picks what they want to make.
Yes. And you can make them prior. We like to choose a little bit of chaos, and we end up putting a lot of it together once we are together. And then you enjoy the meals of this cookbook together.
So what was the cookbook?
Cooking Scrappy.
Okay.
The chef is Joel Gamoran. He's a Seattle chef. And the whole point of the cookbook is to like use the scraps of food. So for example, I had to use the tops of carrots, like the green part.
Okay.
If
Like
you're
the
a
leafy
veggie.
part?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like to make a it was that basil and mint and stuff to put on like the side of the steak or on the steak.
Okay.
So the whole point of the cookbook is to use things that you would normally toss.
Okay.
And it was fun. I liked having everyone over. Anthony got to eat some of the food.
Yeah, so I had steak. I had some cauliflower thing, Brussels sprouts, which were spicier than I thought they were going to be. And I think that's it.
But you were upstairs the whole time for the most part.
It's pretty great.
Could you hear us?
Oh, yeah.
Were you like listening to parts of our conversation and being like,
Yeah, I didn't really have a choice.
no, but I'm saying, were you like not wanting to respond, but being like, I disagree?
Oh, no, I did not want to respond. I wanted no part of that conversation, especially because I forgot how when girls have a single friend, everyone's dating with them.
Yep.
It's weird. It's not a thing that guys, at least
Don't
not
say
straight guys, do.
name.
Huh? No,
Don't-
I won't. But there's, I think, only one person in that group who's currently single, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And this person, I guess, has gone on 1 or 2 dates with a new person. And, man, the opinions in that room.
To be fair, she asked for them.
Yeah. I've never in my life.
And it was more of like a needed advice turned opinion.
I don't think there was any advice really
Well,
in there.
prior to the night before.
Oh, okay.
Prior to last night, sorry.
So, look, I'll recap what I just said so it makes a little more sense. There's one single person in that group that came over for
Yes. Cookbook
Club. And that person is dating a new guy, very early stages. And trying to figure out if they're going to continue dating because they're not sure or whatever. The amount of opinions that came through that were unasked for was wild to me. And everyone was very invested. Like, I've never been in a conversation with my guy friends about any girls that they're dating early on, long term, whatever. I can think of maybe one single conversation with me and my group chat for the most part. It was in person, and it was the only time that we had actually told any of our friends what they should do in their relationship. Thank you. It was the only time we told our friend at all what to do in his relationship because
they asked.
Well, he kind of asked.
Who?
It's someone who is currently married. They are not married to the person they were talking about at the time. But we were all on a ski trip, and he had another long-term girlfriend at the time. It was like 2.5, 3 years, something like that.
Ooh.
And
he said, what should I do?
Well, he said, I think I'm going to get a ring. I think it's about that time. And the only thing we said was, we never said you don't want to marry this person or anything. We just said, that's not how that goes.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to get married, or are you trying to buy a ring because you think you've been dating?
And then what happened?
They dated for another year and then did not get married.
It's a long year, but see?
But we We never told him how he should act in his relationship or anything. He was just kind of throwing it out there like, hey, guys, do I need to buy a ring now? Because we've been dating for 3 years, and we were all in a hot tub at the time on a ski trip. And all of us pretty quickly were
Sounds pretty girly to me.
No, we all said, listen, she's great, but that's not the reason you buy a ring.
She wasn't great.
She was fine. I don't go into the I'm going to hate my friends' significant others like path. She was fine. She was very nice to me. Their relationship didn't work out, and it's fine.
We hit Hype Train level 5. Thank you to everyone for supporting and hyping. Jordan brought in this shooter, which is the Bazooka Joe, and she dropped the link in the chat. It's National Chewing Gum Day on Saturday.
Cool.
So it's made with Irish cream, banana liqueur, blue curacao, and ice.
It looks cool.
I
don't want to tip it over. It's like a cool blue color. Cheers to you, Carla Marie. Cheers to everyone in the chat.
We need it over.
Jordan, Seattle Cocktail Club. Ooh. That is very unique and very good. Bazooka Joe gum was a brick.
But I never really had the blue one. Because there was a blue one.
Well, the wrapper was blue and the gum was pink.
There was a blue gum.
Oh, really? Well, the Bazooka Joe gum, I remember there was a little convenience store that was not too far from my grandmother's house, and either her or my Aunt Samira would walk me, my brothers, any of our cousins that were hanging out at the house that day. We'd always walk to that convenience store, and everyone was able to buy candy. And everyone always picked Bazooka Joe because you could get like a whole handful for whatever, 30 cents. Mm-hmm. And they had the little comic books in there, the little comic strips.
The strips.
The strips weren't really funny, and the gum wasn't really good. It was just cheap, and that's why kids bought it. Yeah, but I do have a pair of sneakers that are the Bazooka Joe Dunks. Right. Big fan of those. Maybe you should do a Bazooka Joe campaign. Do they? I don't. They can't have a marketing budget. Selling gum for 5 cents. How are they going to afford anything? They can't afford me. So overall, Cookbook Club, what'd you think? I thought the food was good. I think it's a cool idea. It is cool. It's not something that I would do, just a little too involved because I don't like cooking. We know that. But other than that, it's a really cool idea. Sorry, I'm just I just forgot something I had to do and I panicked, so I made a note. What do you have to do? I have to respond to somebody. Why can't you tell us? Because it's not private. It's somebody about a campaign. What's the campaign? Let's talk about it. There isn't one yet. So then who? What? And you have to respond to her too. I don't know what you're talking about now. Yeah, so Cookbook Club was a time. You hung out and talked to the girls for a bit. Yeah. I mean, I know them. It's not like they're strangers. I know, but it was fun. I liked it. That never happens. What? Because anytime I go out with them, a lot of times you're not there. Yeah. And the other guys are. So. I like remaining a mystery. I don't like giving people too much access, you know? But unlike all the things that we do professionally. Our next Cookbook Club is less than 2 weeks. And then after that, the gals are getting together for the Joe Bros. Oh, what are they in town? November 10th. Oh, cool. And then on the 11th, we're celebrating Lindsay's birthday at her parents' insane cabin. That's cool. Well, you're coming to that. Okay. So. I'm not going to the Joe Bros? No. Are they a Climate Pledge? Yes. I'm glad you brought up the concert because next week I'm going to a concert here in Seattle at the Crocodile. It's a band called Census Fail. It's a pop punk band, or not really, but it's like a rock band from my hometown. I went to high school with the lead singer. He graduated a year before me. But I'm going with a guy who I have not seen in 5 years. And before that 5-year mark, I probably hadn't seen him in another 7 years. Do you even know what he looks like? Yeah, thanks to Instagram, I still do. And I know who the guy is. Well, that's cute. It's my friend Kat, who I met through another friend years ago. he just moved out to Seattle with his wife. And we were trying to figure out something to do. We both used to go to these shows back in Jersey. So we're going to go, I think the show is on the 3rd. What is that, Tuesday? Monday or Tuesday, whatever the 3rd is.
Did you put it in the calendar?
No.
So are you guys going to like rock out together?
Yeah, I think we're going to grab a drink before the show and then head in.
I think I thought that Since It's Fail and Smashing Pumpkins sound the same.
No, they don't sound the same at all.
Yeah, I'm learning this today. It's kind of crazy. Wait, so you're going to get a drink? You're not going to do like a little dinner beforehand?
I don't know. Well, maybe we'll eat. I don't know. We'll figure it out. This is the thing with guys, I think mostly, at least, is we don't need to have like concrete plans. They can be very loose plans. I don't need to make a reservation at a restaurant. I don't need to do that stuff. If I go to a restaurant, they're packed. I'll just go to another one.
Do you know how much put together your life would be as a man, or just in general, if you like made plans, bookmarked restaurants you wanted to go to? But I guess you don't have to, because all of you have women in your life that do it for you.
First off, not every man has a woman in their life. Some men have other men in their lives, Carla Marie. Some men have no one. So there's that.
Yeah, but you probably have a friend.
You're assuming that in every relationship, in every man-woman relationship, the woman is the organized one, which is not true.
I'd say about 80%.
Maybe. But hit that button. I actually disagree with you that my life would be easier if I did that. Because the amount of time that I see you stressing about stupid details, I don't do that. So my life is not stress-free, but more stress-free, because I don't worry about where I'm going to have dinner if I'm going to a concert. I'm just going to find a place near there and eat. And that's it. I don't need it to be fancy. I don't need to take Instagram pictures when I'm there. I can just go, have some chicken fingers, and then go to the concert. It's so much easier that way.
No, you know what's easier? When you just get, like, you show up to the reservation and you don't even know what's happening.
Yeah, but then here's the other problem with reservations, right? Now you're taking oftentimes opinions. What are you in the mood for? Blah, blah, blah.
No.
And then you have to, like, with a group, yeah, you do.
When we did emo night, I just made the reservation and I was like, guys, this is where we're going.
That's because you're Dictator Marie. Most people would say, hey, guys, what would you like to eat before we go to emo night? Yes or no?
It was my birthday.
What are you, the Enigma 8?
It was my birthday.
What is the Enigma 8 thing?
Enigma?
What is the thing? The mammogram 8? What's the word?
Enneagram.
The Enigma mammogram 8. The mystery mammogram 8.
Angela said Tones is being a brat.
No, I'm being very serious.
Martha said this is what makes you no fun.
No. This is...
I'm taking what? Run Like a Husky said, cruise director Marie. Yes, that is me. You could be the vibe manager on the cruise. I keep things moving.
No, you don't, though. Because you stress...
Outside of the home.
Because you stress all the details.
So you don't have to. You show up to everything. Like, this is great. And that was the best part about being on vacation. I planned none of it with my family because my sister is next level. So she was like, we're doing this at this time. We're going to be here. You think I'm bad?
I was going to say, I mean, Dictator Marie here in the studio is a real thing, right? Like, you are Dictator Marie here. But when you go back to New Jersey, you are not Dictator Marie. Your sister is like Stalin Marie. She is wild.
Yeah, and I let it happen for the most part because I'm just happy to not have to do any of the other stuff. But it's chaos.
See, this is Fred the Mailman gets me. Them, where are you going? Me, wherever. Exactly. Sometimes
yeah, you know what? Fred asked me for recommendations for when he's here, so he's a liar.
He knows that Dictator Marie is going to tell him where to go. Let's see. I wonder what CM's stress levels versus Anthony's are. A lot of type A versus type B. Here's the interesting thing. I don't know if I'm a type B personality. I don't really know what that means, honestly. Sounds like a little bitch.
Described. You're a type bitch?
So, yeah, tell me what the differences are between type A.
There's a quiz. We can do all these quizzes this weekend.
No, let's do it right now.
No, we're not doing a live quiz because I can't concentrate.
How hard do you think the quiz is?
Well, I did not do well with the gallons the other day. People with type A personalities may be ambitious, competitive, and aggressive. People with type B personalities may be patient, flexible, laid-back little bitches.
Here's the thing, though. Okay, type A person. No.
There's a chart if you want to pull it up.
Which one did you? Okay.
I just read the Googles.
Because here's the thing.
Like my brain moves faster.
I am not stress prone. I don't think. So I don't think I'm type A in that regard. But I am impatient. I am faster in whatever I do. I wouldn't say that I definitely lack time urgency.
Faster
so that's
than
type
whom?
B.
Because when it comes to like navigating, you're also a really bad driver. What type is that?
What? Who has driven us across the country 3 separate times?
Yeah, on a straight road.
Carla
One
Marie,
highway.
You were okay. Let's talk about this because you drove the second trip across the country when we were driving from Seattle back. No. Seattle back to New Jersey. You drove for quite literally 45 minutes and almost drove us off the road. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. There we go.
Let
That's
me go
all
back.
you needed.
Your brother Justin just said Spain. Hello.
Yeah, thank you. Who navigated us through Spain?
You navigated us to a sidewalk.
I was following the directions.
He's talking about that, I think.
No, I think he's telling me that it was a good driver because everyone on that trip said, "Wow, Anthony, I can't believe you got us through that."
Thanks to the hot Disney character Prince who helped us.
Yes, he was helpful for a little bit.
Let me go back. I didn't mean driving, the physical act of driving, because Anthony's also a terrible parker. But what I meant was the navigation.
Oh, hold on. Confirmation. Jolly Russian Buddhist, excellent driver, he said.
Until we were driving through someone's alley.
No, that was the whole point of how I was a good driver is because I got us through all of those alleys. We've talked about this on the show before, but so people know what we're talking about. We've talked about this on the show before. When we were in Spain, I think we went to Seville.
I forget which. No, it was one
of the old towns.
One of the places.
And we have this 12-person big-ass van, and their streets are quite literally made for mopeds.
It's bizarre.
They're made for mopeds and VW bugs.
But it was truly like living in a Disney Channel original movie when you're in another country and the streets kept getting smaller as we were driving. Every turn we would make and every like little nook, it was like, am I high?
And listen, I will say, like, as if I was receiving a driving award right now, like the ESPY award for driving in tiny streets, it was really a group effort. There were a lot of people, there were a lot of strangers that walked us down the road and told us where to go or told us where not to go. But I was the one behind the wheel. So I got us everywhere we needed to go safely.
Martha said, wait till you drive in Jordan, but you're not.
I feel like we are not. I think we're going to have...
Although your mom did say something to me about getting a bigger van.
We're still figuring out if I'm driving a rental or if it's more cost effective to get like tour guides into the places that we're going. Because renting a van, a big van for all of those trips is kind of tough. But anyway.
Well, anyway, when it comes to navigation,
yes,
you're not going to admit it, but I will die on this hill
that I am
better at navigating than you.
Yeah, that's your job as the passenger.
No, you could not get around this city without Google Maps.
Christopher Columbus and you are Americo Vespucci, or whatever his name is. I don't really want to be Christopher Columbus in this situation because not a great guy, but I am...
You steal the thunder of the person that did all the work.
No, I named the thing after you, Carla Marie and Anthony show, but I am the navigator. I'm the driving force here.
So Christopher Columbus was the driving force. That guy was a big fat liar.
I mean, yeah, he was
and he said, I'm going here and went to the wrong place.
But
okay, Christopher.
Depending on who you ask, turned out great for him for a while. Not great for everyone else.
Okay.
Anyway.
Claire's right. Anthony isn't a map guy.
I'm not a map guy.
Remember he said that?
No. I don't want to be a map guy. No one's a map guy anymore. Bear Grylls is a map guy.
They don't make men like they used to.
They don't make women like they used to either. So they don't make anything like they used to.
Nah, kids these days.
All right. Moving on. Carla Marie. I don't even know how we got down that path.
Oh, during Cookbook Club.
Because I can't navigate.
My friends asked you the question that's like been going viral on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. What question was
if
this?
Carla Marie called you and said, I'm in jail, I need you to come get me, why do you think she was there?
She got into a fight.
And they were like, okay. Yeah. Now, what was the fight about?
I said she probably punched someone or attacked someone for yelling like nice tits or something on the street. It's
100%. And they're like, okay, other way around. If Anthony called you, why is he in jail? I was like, because they didn't go to jury duty or didn't fill out paperwork. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, because it's going to happen.
It's happened twice already. I think I'm done with it. What?
Third time's a charm. Third time, you're going to the chokey.
Isn't that what? I was only in a jail cell once.
You don't even know what the chokey is.
Isn't it a jail? What is a chokey?
It's from Matilda, which you've never seen.
No. Are you going to explain it or are you going to be a weirdo?
No, I don't need to.
Yes, you do for
To
people
you?
who haven't seen Matilda. What's wrong with you?
Who hasn't seen Matilda?
A lot of people.
Okay, the chokey is what
Thank you.
Miss Trunchbull sends the bad kids, even though they're not bad, and it's just like this little closet with like spikes in it.
Oh, that sounds pretty terrible. That's a kid's movie?
The chokey, I love Matilda, CM Trunchbull. Now I want chocolate cake. Oh, it's so good.
No, listen, I understand people have watched the movie. I also understand people have not watched the movie. Back to the list. We are going to move through Cookbook Club, which has gone a little sideways. And we are going to navigate to Coach Talk. Explain.
So we were invited Tuesday night to the party for the Seattle Sounders. That is our MLS soccer team, or SS soccer.
Our
MLS team. And it was to celebrate the past 50 years of the Sounders being a team and look forward to the next 50. And they changed their logo that morning. It was this whole thing. So we got to be at kind of like the launch party of it all. And it was really freaking cool. We got to make shirts while we were there. You get to pick the design you wanted on your shirt. So I got a new Sounder shirt. That was fun. We got to hang out with Jose from Brooke and Jeffrey on Movin' 92.5 and their producer Ashley. So that was cool. We hung out with them like the whole night. Got to see some other friends just that we know, like in the Seattle area. But as we were leaving, we were waiting for our car because there was a valet. And who walks in front of us was Brian Smetzer, the coach of the Sounders.
Yeah.
And everything I've heard about this guy is like he's the literal nicest human ever.
Well, and one of the cool things about most MLS coaches and players, right? There's like Messi, obviously, who's a superstar, is most of them are pretty normal people, right? The cool thing about seeing him at valet was there was no like security with him. He just was a normal dude.
Yeah.
Leaving an event, going to get his car, waiting in valet with everyone else.
But like, honestly, Pete Carroll would do the same thing.
Maybe.
So
I just feel like NFL, Major League Baseball players, basketball players, I feel like there is a little more celebrity to what they do.
That's fair, but
Compared to MLS.
MLS players blend in because they're tiny.
That is actually very true. One of the reasons that you normally don't recognize Major League Soccer players when they walk into a place is because they look like regular people.
Yeah.
Like when there was a bunch of the current players that were standing behind us at one point, I think I was bigger than 99% of them.
Yeah,
There were maybe two guys that were bigger than me.
I may have been the same height.
Yeah.
So Brian Smetzer, coach of the Sounders, steps in front of us, and we had already given our ticket for valet. And he turns around, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Did I just cut you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "I'm just kidding." And he's like, "You got jokes," or whatever he said, like, or something along those lines. And we just started chatting with them about our friend Dax McCarty. They're playing.
Yeah, they're playing Nashville SC
this weekend.
And I had mentioned, because it's a playoff game, and I had mentioned that he's one of our good friends, and he was very complimentary of Dax, which is cool. So I have to text him and let him know I got in the coach's head for you, bro. They're going to game plan.
Well, then we were like, do you think that when like they're playing the game and he sees Dax, he's gonna be like, I met those two people, Carla Marie and Anthony.
I think it could pop into his head.
It will. But he asked like where we were from, and we said we moved out here from Jersey years ago. It was just, he's such like a chill dude, but I was like, I'm scared.
Yeah. But it's funny because he was very much a coach. Like the way he answered questions,
as if he's being interviewed all
it was kind of like a post-game press conference. And there's also, there's definitely a coach, if you've played sports throughout your life, there's definitely a coach that sticks out to you as like the stereotypical, just like pleasant, supportive coach. That was this guy.
Yeah.
He was very much like built in that prototype.
But he
could have been a little girl's soccer coach. He could have been football. He's just built to be a coach, that guy.
But I get that same vibe from Coach Pete.
I would probably say the same thing. Just super positive, always like supportive.
I've never heard a single bad thing about that man.
Pete Carroll, by the way, how old is he? 70?
You always ask me this.
72?
72.
72.
He just turned 70.
And I'm not trying to say that when you get into your 70s, like all physical
Ted
activity
Lasso, yes.
is sidelined. But the fact that he still sprints out of the tunnel for every game and sprints up and down the sidelines before the game, like that is really impressive.
Yeah.
I'm scared at.
He runs drills at practice.
Well,
Like,
I'm scared to run now, and I'm not surrounded by gigantic people who can trample me.
I didn't tell you this.
What?
At the game on Sunday, I had to run. I had to get to a different part of the stadium, and halftime we're allowed to like kind of run on the field once halftime hits. So that was the quickest route for me. But I got to that tunnel to get out to where I needed to go as the players were still getting out. So I'm walking out off the field, and there's all the people, all the fans in the tunnel club, like I said, to see the players. I'm like in the middle of the players, and media's there, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going this way again, because I clearly did not. It wasn't like I was a camera person. I didn't have the vest on. I was just like.
Luckily, you don't take up a lot of space. I think you're fine.
But I was like, I feel very in the wrong place.
There was a question from Meg in the chat, Carla Marie. She said, Carla Marie, have you ever met Coach Pete?
I'm not like, hey, Coach Pete, my name is Carla Marie, but I've definitely been like, hey, Coach, and been around when he's like answered some question things.
But you've never like done a social media video or anything with him?
I've never gotten him, no.
Guess you're not big time yet.
But I'll walk by him and be like,
keep the stars away from
hi, Coach.
And what does he say?
Hi.
All right, I want to pivot over now to, this is a general question for everybody. How do we feel about exotic pets or wild animals as pets?
Well, essentially, all animals are wild animals.
So I'm glad you brought that up, Carla Marie, because there's a couple people, including you, have sent me this video about the world's smallest cat. It's like this wild cat, and it's super cute, but it's very rare.
It's like the deadliest animal in the world or something.
And it's adorable. It literally looks like a kitten all the time.
I think it lives in the desert in Arizona or something.
Wherever. And I keep thinking to myself, I kind of want one. Like, that would be so cool to have this little, almost like how people get their teacup poodles, right? You get
teacup cat.
You get a little
you have Max.
Palm-sized cat that
that's
you
Max.
Just take around. Max is a little bigger than that.
The tiny murder kitten.
And, yeah, listen, maybe it's when there are no other kittens in the house that I have to get this cat because I don't want it to, like, murder everything. But I kind of want one.
Wait.
And then I thought, what?
Run Like a Husky said the zoo here has one.
We got to go see
Our
him.
zoo? Seattle?
I'd assume
You're
so. Here? No, they're here, Carla Marie. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. So, and there are people who have like pet raccoons, pet bobcats, pet possums, pet skunks, whatever. So these are wild animals that people are trying to domesticate or buying from some exotic.
We met a pet skunk.
Yeah.
Once.
Not a normal pet, right? And you have one side of the argument that's like, oh, those are wild animals. They don't need to be domesticated, blah, blah, blah. But every animal that we have
is a wild.
That's domesticated now at some point in history was horses. They're more domesticated now than they used to be.
Right.
Cows. Pigs look different because we've domesticated them. Right? Half of those dog breeds out there aren't natural dog breeds.
No.
We've made those.
People ruin everything.
So, if I'm just continuing what people do, then maybe I can get a couple wild animals. Like a pet raccoon seems real cool.
But you're not going to be the first to domesticate the tiny murder kitten.
Why not?
Because that's not nice.
Why? But what if people need murder kittens in their homes?
They probably do, but
and what if they're endangered, and by domesticating them and breeding them, we have more murder kittens in the world?
But domesticating and breeding is different than taking it into our townhome in a city.
It needs protection somewhere.
Joe Quill said a fan tried to bring an alligator emotional support animal to the Phillies game last night. I thought that's what you were about to talk about.
No, I was not. I didn't see that. That sounds like, oh no. For Philly fans, I got bad news for you. It's going to be the curse of the alligator. Are you familiar with the Cubs and the curse of the billy goat?
I don't know.
So it was, I believe, the year after the Cubs won their World Series in, what was it, 1903? Cubs World Series.
Wow.
Cheese Doc can tell me.
I'm loving these animal things.
Let's see. 1908. They had beat the Detroit Tigers the year before, right? And in 1909, the legend has it that a fan tried to come to a game with his billy goat.
Why?
Because that's what people did back then. It was
I guess-
1908.
I guess that makes more sense then than now.
Yeah. And the team or the security or whoever did not let him in the game. This is the legend. I don't know how true this is. Did not let him into the game with said billy goat. And he cursed the team.
The goat or the guy?
The guy. The goat probably didn't want to be there to begin with. But he cursed the team, and they went over 100 years. They went 108 years without winning
And
a
no
World
one's like,
Series.
I'm surprised they didn't do like, let's slaughter a billy goat.
I think they've brought a goat into the stadium at some point to try to break the
It
curse.
made it
but
worse.
let's see. Is
Oh,
Cheese
but
Dot
look
in
at
here?
this man's little-
Yeah, okay. Cheesebot said he bought a ticket for the goat. They did not honor it, and he cursed the team. Thank you, Cheese Dot, from the
I'd be pissed
Chicagoland
if
area.
My ticket wasn't honored too, though.
Huh?
Can you put the alligator guy up? I just saw a photo.
Okay. Let me get some things ready. You're going to have to talk for a second.
Sorry,
Carly
I've
Marie.
just tried not to sneeze.
Let's see.
Chris said, Anthony has finally found a cat CM is not okay with adopting. This is a historic day.
Okay, what am I searching?
Alligator Phillies.
Alligator Phillies game. The Philadelphia Inquirer. Let's see what they say. Wally Gator, who has a sizable social media. Oh, this is a social media star gator.
They're screwed. This is the end for the Phillies.
Yeah.
They're going to go 100 years.
It's going to be the curse of Wally Gator.
They're going to go 100 years. Go down because there's a photo of this man with it on a leash. It is kind of cute.
Oh, yeah, that looks kind of fun. So does Wally doesn't like snap at people?
I don't believe it. But like, it's funny because I say that, but this guy would probably be like, no, absolutely not. Last night when my friends were over with the cats, because a lot of them are allergic, so they've never been around cats. They don't frequent the cat world. They were like, are they going to, if I pet it, is it going to scratch me? And I'm like, no.
But some people have bad experiences with the cats, and some people have crappy cats.
No, they just assume that that's what cats do. And I was like, no, only one that'll do that is Erica if you pin her down. Don't do that.
Wally Gator is a working emotional support alligator owned by Jonestown resident Joey Henney, or is that right?
Sure.
Who can be seen holding Wally's leash in the third photo above. The reptile has a sizable following on Instagram. And let's see what is sizable? 25,000 followers for an alligator. Not bad. Whoa, I don't like this one bit. That's way too close. Like, imagine.
This alligator hates his life. Look at him.
I can't imagine trusting anyone or any alligator enough to let the alligator's head get so close to my child's head.
I do kind of want an alligator hug, though, now looking at it. He does a good job.
Is he like a teacup alligator? Because he seems pretty small for a gator. Is that the term? Is it teacup?
For Yorkie.
For dogs? I feel like Yorkies, poodles, right? Or is it a toy poodle?
Toy poodle.
Is there a teacup?
Yorkie.
Okay. Oh, look at this guy. He's got shades on. He's 7 years old.
How long do alligators live?
Like a billion years? No, I don't know.
Oh, I just found the tiny murder kitten. He's the African black-footed cat.
Yeah. That thing is cool. So how do we feel? Can I get myself an African, what is it?
African black-footed cat domestic.
African black-footed cat. I got to put that on the screen too in case people haven't seen it. Chance the Snapper. Well played, sir. Well played. Black-footed.
Brookfield Zoo. There's one there.
Here we go. So this is a fully grown.
Oh, no.
What?
You can't domesticate them, apparently.
Maybe people haven't tried hard enough. Here we go. So this is what the African black-footed cat looks like.
That top one is from
This top left?
Right. One more. No. Why would you go one more to the right?
Oh,
There you
this
go.
guy.
Navigation. Not his thing.
Maybe communication isn't your thing.
Look at his smushy little face.
And that's a full-grown cat.
Death cat.
Maybe we just
Death
haven't
cat.
given him a chance. Standing just 8 to 10 inches tall, the African black-footed cat resembles a petite version of your average neighborhood tabby.
3 to 5 pounds is the
That's
most
amazing. How much is Max?
7.
That's crazy. They're
7.7.
fully grown. They're smaller than the smallest cat we've got.
And then this guy shows up.
And then we have a dog running around the studio. Bonjour, Pierre. Good to see you.
Bonjour.
So, Carla Marie, next thing on the list, Gold bars at Costco. And this is something I wish I found out about earlier because
I just saw it today, but I didn't read into it.
apparently they are selling out like hotcakes.
Like gold bars.
Like gold bars. So Costco worked with a company that sells gold bars. And there's 2 sizes that you can buy and literally walk into a Costco and walk out with a gold bar.
But
like
are they just on pallets?
Huh?
Are they like sitting on pallets?
Apparently there's like a whole security thing.
I
Like
bet.
they're all individually packaged and secured and whatnot. But you can only get 2 per membership because people are buying so many of them. And the interesting thing is people buy gold bars more often when they feel like the economy is going to crash or the world is going to erupt.
Were these always at Costco?
No, it's new.
Oh. How?
And they sell out within hours. Every time they're stocked at every Costco, they're gone in a couple hours.
Member only item.
Yeah.
I have to sign in to see the price. 24 karat gold.
Yeah. They have
And
2
it's
sizes.
1 ounce, the one I'm looking at. What do you think? Or did you read it?
I think the price for gold puts that at about like $1,900 or something, right?
But how much do I got to buy it for?
I'm not sure. Are you searching it?
I'm trying to get into my Costco.
Oh, okay. But the interesting thing, and I was ironically just talking to Miles, my barber, about this yesterday because he knew someone that had gold bars, and we were talking about Bob Menendez, the senator from New Jersey.
My boy.
Who was rated. That's your boy? You need to pick a better boy.
I interviewed him when I was in college.
He was rated last year by federal. What do we got here?
This just in.
What is that, Carla Marie? What do we got? It looks like an award.
It is an award. I'm going to put it in the trash. A best driver apparently goes to Anthony.
I won the best driver award. Look at that. That's going to go front.
I think that's from
center.
Amy because you had a driver somewhere yesterday.
Look at that. Got her there safely.
But did he have to navigate?
I did.
Is it a gold bar?
So anyway,
All right, I don't know. It says sold out, so I can't see the cost.
so people buy gold bars when they think the economy is going to crash
Makes
or
sense.
whatever. But
Then
my
what
question is always, what are you going to do with that gold bar?
Trade it for an ox.
But for what? Like, it has no value until we put value behind it, right?
Yes. I just thought of something. I'll explain in a second. That's why I'm laughing. But would it get that bad where we had to use that as currency?
And plus, if I have a gold bar, I've only got the gold. How am I going to break it apart? Am I going to saw it to like, if I'm trying to buy vegetables to feed my family, I'm not going to give someone an entire gold bar for like a head of lettuce.
It's true.
It's not a reasonable thing to buy. It can be
You
valuable.
could probably get a house for it.
And what is cool about gold, because people will ask my dad about this all the time, and he can source gold bars for people. It is a way you can invest, right? You can buy a bunch of gold bars, and the price of gold goes up, just like the price of a stock or the price of oil or anything like that.
Okay, so the article I just read said no one knows except Costco members how much it costs.
So that means someone knows because there's millions of Costco members.
But I don't even know. I tried logging in. It says sold out. I'm sure people are yelling in the chat right now.
You're like, how do you get change for a bar? Like, I got this gold bar, which is worth $2,000. Can you please give me a slice of pizza? It doesn't work like that.
No.
Do you shave it? Do you have to bring a little gold shaver with you? Or just
Can
give
you do that
little...
to that, you think?
I mean, you could file it down. You wouldn't shave. You wouldn't put like a cheese grater or something to it.
You get change in silver.
Oh.
But
Yeah, there's no real equivalent, so it doesn't make a lot of sense if the world falls apart. I think when the world is not falling apart, it does make a lot of sense to get a gold bar. Excuse me.
yeah, but
Hiccuped and burped at the same time.
if it's an apocalypse, gold might be worth more than cash.
No, but what I'm saying is it has no value. You can't do anything with it.
It does have value because what if someone's about to kill you and you're like, I'll give you my gold bar, and they don't kill
And
you?
then they go, what am I going to do with that?
Buy a house one day.
Like, clothes are more valuable at that point. Right? If we're in a post-apocalyptic world, give me, like, I don't know, a car with gas. Give me clothes. Give me food. A gold bar, I think we're just going to start killing each other.
Okay, but in real times, pre-apocalyptic, if I want to trade in my gold bar, what do I go to one of those buy gold stores
Yeah.
next to the
basically.
bond stores?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
Or a jeweler. A jeweler works as
Yeah.
well.
And then what does your dad do? Melt it down and make it into things?
No, you trade it kind of like a currency. You store it. The value goes up, value goes down, and you trade it for actual dollar bills later on.
It seems stupid. The reason I started laughing.
Gold is a commodity, not a currency. People buy it because people think gold will hold value more than things like stocks and bonds. Correct, Chris.
But also, aren't stocks and bonds fake too? Everything is fake.
Everything we put value behind is made up. Right? Like, why is your house worth what it is? Because someone just came around and said, that's how much that house is worth. And we just have to take them at their word. Why is Jeff Bezos a billionaire? Because a bunch of guys on Wall Street said the companies that he owns, we think, are worth billions of dollars.
Yeah.
It's not real money. None of it's real.
No.
It's crazy.
Don't tell anybody that, though.
What do you mean? Because
it's going to scare people, and then they're all going to go to the bank to take out their cash, and then there's not going to be any money left.
A run on the banks, if you will?
Like, It's a Wonderful Life.
I've never seen that movie either. Good? Do people know it?
Yeah.
Huh. What's it about?
It's about Christmas time and the Great Depression.
Because of the run on the banks.
Do you ever hear, every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings?
Yes.
From that movie.
Huh. Learn something new every single day.
I think it was Meg earlier said we got to bring back that list of movies Anthony's never seen because you've never seen Matilda.
Correct. Matilda, what is it? A Beautiful Life?
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's
a Beautiful Life is also a great movie. Buongiorno, principessa.
Never seen that.
That's about the Holocaust, though.
Never seen A Beautiful Life is about the Holocaust?
And like Italy
and A
during
Wonderful Life
the
is about
the Great Depression.
These titles are very interesting.
Hold on. You haven't seen the new Hocus Pocus either.
No. I've seen the old one.
Have you seen the Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy?
No.
Oh.
I've only been on the Haunted Mansion ride.
Okay.
But there's a new Haunted Mansion, right?
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet.
But it came out already?
Yeah.
I'm always
the
nervous.
week after Barbie.
I'm always curious, maybe not nervous, curious about why some movies, like especially scary movies that revolve around like Halloween
like
type
the
themes.
87 Scream.
Why are they not always just released in October? Like if you release a scary Haunted Mansion type movie in July.
It was August.
I think you're silly.
Why did they do that?
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. Halloween or October should just be the month, and maybe the last weekend of September.
Spooky season.
That's when scary movies come out. Take every other movie out of the theaters, and you just do scary movies for 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's fine.
Right? That's all we have to do.
It doesn't.
Why would you try to scare people in July? It's too nice out. The sun's out too long.
The new Exorcist movie. So backstory about my life. My brother made me watch The Exorcist when I was like 10, and then my mom flipped the F out because I refused to like sleep. I hated being home alone. I would like scream randomly because I'd be like, oh, I'm scared.
Of The Exorcist?
Yes, because that girl's face has been ingrained in my brain forever. So fast forwards when I was 13, like a remastered version came out because the original came out in like the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, when you were in high school.
So a remastered version comes out in theaters. My friends are like, let's go see it. I'm like, fine. I'll go see it. I'll like get it out of my system. I won't be scared anymore. Nope, all over again, but remastered. I'm telling you, I will randomly think of this mother effer's face and her head spinning around, doing the crab crawl backwards down the steps. Like,
oh, that scene, yeah.
It and stabbing yourself in the vajayjay.
I've also never seen The Exorcist in its entirety. I've seen like clips, obviously.
Nightmares. I'm telling you, like, I think if I had one wish, it would be to erase this from my memory. I don't realize like a new Exorcist is coming out, whatever. And I'm like watching Hulu or something. And it's like, oh, these two girls are like sick. And I'm like, oh, what is this movie? All of a sudden they show the face and they made her have the same. How does this person have the exact same face?
Makeup.
Like it's. And I was like, no. And I was alone. So I do the ears, eyes, and humming until I think it's over. Then it happened the other day when Anthony was home. And I was like, is it over? And he said yes. And I opened my eyes and it wasn't.
Sometimes.
And I am like, when I'm president, one of the things will be a thing before a commercial that says, the following scene is a scary movie trailer.
I feel like that used to happen.
It needs to.
Right? But then you kind of lose the value of like a shock scare in an ad.
No. I will still be shock scared because then it goes, all of them. Rebecca said I have a similar situation for me with It.
Never seen It. It's the clown? And the yellow jacket person?
I've never seen it either.
You just pick your nose on camera?
It was an itch. Yeah, I can't. And then I'm walking down my hallway at night, and there's the mirror, and I'm like, this is how I go. And then I go, and I run and jump in the bed.
From the mirror?
No, that would be. And then you can't get your feet too close to the edge of the bed because then they're going to grab you. So there was a point in my life where a full 2 feet before, I would jump into my bed. And then
You get scared very easily, though. You're like
you scared me this morning here in the office. I was walking into the bathroom.
And I was just walking. I wasn't even trying to scare you. I was literally just walking.
I'm worse than Scotty B, but no one gets me on video being scared.
Why?
They get Scotty. They scare him on purpose.
Well, you don't have that many coworkers. Well, although, if they're watching this...
I'll pee, so on the floor.
Pee?
I'll get so scared. But going back to the bed thing, Erica the cat, this cat knows my fears, I think. And for a solid few months, she would wait in the morning before I would go to the bathroom. And I would go to get back into bed, and I guess one leg would still be hanging on the floor, and she'd reach out and grab it. It was the scariest thing in the world.
Like
for
an actual monster?
6 months every morning. It was ah.
Let's see. Cheese Dot said Sinister scared my entire...
Billet house? Oh.
Since living in the same room for a week. I've never seen Sinister. There's a lot of movies. Although horror movies really aren't my thing. Not that I get scared of them. I just don't necessarily enjoy them.
And you don't enjoy being scared?
No, because I don't think they scare me very often.
All right, watch The Exorcist.
It's not like I don't go home that night and go oh, someone's going to kill me. Except for when I was little and they made me watch Candyman.
I mean, that makes sense.
That movie scared the hell out of me. Especially because we watched it. This is the weirdest thing to think about. We watched Candyman at this church youth event.
It seems very unholy.
It was like a movie night that my church youth group was doing. And I guess it was probably during spooky season. So we watched Candyman. And then I remember my cousin Alex and a couple of the older kids that we were friends with, we all went into the bathroom and did the Candyman thing and turned off the lights. And from that moment, terrified for a year.
Yeah.
But I was also 11.
That's prime age for getting scared of movies because you understand it enough. No, I think the movies that scare me the most as this could happen are Saw.
Saw, I thought
There's
Saw
a new
was
one
funny,
out. Saw
honestly.
10. It's out now.
They've made 10 of these?
Yeah.
No, they had 10 Saw movies? Get out of here. How many Saw movies are there?
The Needle one?
10! There are 10
Yeah, it's out
Saw
now.
movies.
It just came out yesterday or something.
I have only seen, I believe, 1 and 2.
Oh my God.
And I think they're hilarious.
Martha said, someone taught my kids Bloody Mary and they constantly have nightmares now.
Bloody Mary and Candyman, same idea, right? You just say the name and then you turn off the lights and then they show up and then they kill you?
Yeah.
Or you summon them, maybe they don't kill you right away?
Not summoning anyone.
Also, sorry, we talked about Chicago earlier. I believe the original Candyman story came from Chicago, but it was, the legend is in these old either project or tenement buildings, there was something behind mirrors. There was a empty space behind a lot of the mirrors, and someone would pop out through there and kill people. Let's see, legend.
Well, wait, in the film series, the original Candyman is an African-American man who was brutally murdered for a forbidden 19th century interracial love affair.
I knew it was the Candyman character was black. I didn't realize, especially because I was 11 years old when I was watching it and scared. I don't think I realized any of that.
I love that we're having these conversations during spooky season, though. It makes sense.
I'm trying to see where this Chicago. Let's see.
How a real-life housing project inspired Candyman.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, the legend is based on a real Illinois murder in 1987. It's based on a real murder that happened in Illinois. Came through, and the murderer did come through a mirror. Do you have a better article that's more to the point instead of this? Instead of stupid radio station website, which is why it's taking forever to get the actual meat of the story. Thanks, 100.9 The Eagle. Tri-States Classic Rock. Where is this place?
But yeah, basically what you said is kind of true. It's too long to read. Oh, wait. The short answer is Candyman is actually based on...
Did someone in the chat let us know yet? Okay, the largest projects. Oh, I just lost it. in Chicago. Cheese dot.
Okay, hold on. So it does say that after the Civil War, white people did react to interracial relationships with violence, killing black men to protect white women. But also, Cabrini Green, where the movie takes place, had a violent reputation. There were 11 people murdered and 37 shot in the first 3 months of 1981. And I believe that is where also the housing... Oh, the short story also takes place in the slums of England instead of the housing projects of Chicago's Cabrini Green in the movie. All right, we're going to have to look more into this.
But basically, it was a project building, and the guy was able to get into people's homes or a person's home through an empty space behind the bathroom mirror. Yeah. And that's how that legend goes. Oh, Cheese Dot said he's been there before.
Yeah, I guess they shut it down.
All right, moving on, though, from scary movies. I should watch that movie as an adult, though.
To get it out of your system?
Just to see it again, to see if it still holds up.
The movie that will pop into my head and be like, how would I kill myself if I got put in this situation?
Human Centipede.
Yes. I've never seen it. I've only seen it.
I don't know if anyone's actually seen Human Centipede. I think it's one of those movies that people just know about because it's such a stupid...
Who the I thought of that. There's 3 human centipedes?
Well, yeah, it keeps getting longer, right?
It doesn't really matter how many people are actually in front of you at that point.
No, it's all the same. And what is it? They sew like someone's mouth to someone's butt, right? And they just keep going.
And they feed the first person nonstop. No, stop, because I'm scared now. Someone's going to kidnap me.
And Human Centipede you? I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't.
I think I need to watch the movie to understand how I would get myself out of the situation.
Martha said I might have nightmares tonight. Yeah, maybe we'll do like a spooky movie list and we could all watch them together.
I've been having dreams about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and I'm fine with those. I don't need these.
Are you like watching them do it? What are your dreams?
No, I haven't had a sex dream about them.
I don't know. What else are you doing?
I don't think I've had a sex dream about other people ever.
Okay, so tell me about these dreams.
I'm just thinking about that. That's like, no. I just like, I'm there. I like see them walking, holding hands, and I'm like around the hubbub, if you will.
Oh yeah, we can do an Amazon watch party on Twitch. Maybe we'll do a spooky, scary movie.
No.
With Amazon. Why not? Everyone grabs a popcorn. We pick maybe a Wednesday night or Tuesday night.
Thursday night.
Or Thursday night, whatever it is. So you don't have S dreams?
About other...
Yeah, about like...
Myself isn't in them. Me, I am.
Oh, okay.
I don't like see people doing it.
Have you ever had an S dream about someone that you don't, when you're awake, actually think you're attracted to?
Yes, but I don't remember. I'm not even just saying this. I don't remember who it was, but I definitely had them.
It's such a weird experience because then the next time you see them, you're like, wait, am I supposed to be like into you? Are we supposed to be like doing it?
I had one about you early on in my time at Elvis, but then, but like nothing obviously happened for a long time. I'm trying to see the movies in a watch party.
We've talked about doing a watch party probably 100 times, and we've never done it.
Because the movie we looked and it was like the most random movie selection.
Although the last unicorn movie, I believe was on it. And we didn't talk about this at all. When we were this is going to be the last thing we talk about today. When we went to PAX, the video game conference here in Seattle, that there's some other non-video game things there. People are selling their wares, if you will, except that may be your butthole that you're selling. I don't know. When you sell your wares, you're selling your body or you're selling things? Or both? Are you looking it up?
To sell one's products.
Okay, well, your body could be your product. Anyway, there was a stand that had all of these. They had like Lord of the Rings books, but in like leather-bound, cool designs and stuff. And they had a whole section of stuff from the movie The Last Unicorn, which blew my mind because until we talked about it here on the show, I didn't think anyone even knew that movie existed.
You also like had that saved in the back of your brain.
Yeah. And they had an actual painting of the bull that gave me nightmares when I was a kid. And you know what? For people who don't know The Last Unicorn.
Who's in that? Jeff Bridges?
Yeah. Jeff Bridges.
Like it is.
Christopher Lee, Alan Arkin,
Mia
Angela
Farrow.
Lansbury.
Man, Mrs. Potts.
Let me, excuse me.
But it's like,
Put this on the screen.
it's
here.
so old that it has people's like 1950s photos.
Oh, yeah. I think most of the people that are in that movie are probably dead now. Let me clean that up a little bit. There we go. But yeah, this is the art from the movie, which I know we've talked about before, but how many people have actually watched this?
I think I have as a kid, but I don't remember it.
There's a scene. You see this? I'm going to make this bigger. This
when you
bull
talk
here,
about the bull, I think I remember this.
this guy. BloodyDisgusting.com. That's a weird website. This thing scared the hell out of me when I was a kid.
Hold on. The top of that website says, there are no the article says, there are no happy endings because nothing ends. The Last Unicorn is animated escapism at its finest.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever that means. Keep in mind, I haven't watched this movie in probably 20 years.
The way you had dreams about this bull is the way I had dreams about Ursula.
Really?
I was so scared
Oh, this
of
vulture also scared the hell out. Look at that gross vulture.
That's like the vulture in Rescuers Down Under.
Yes. I'm going to put this on a t-shirt or something.
To try to ward off the scariness?
No, just like...
I'm going to wear the human centipede on t-shirt.
Oh my God, the skeleton I forgot about. He drinks and it goes like straight through his jaw because obviously he's a skeleton. And this scene I think of every time I see a wave.
Yes.
I think of the unicorns coming out of the wave. Man, I unlocked a bunch of memories. Was this on Watch Party? List of movies.
I couldn't find the list.
I can't type. Let's see what we got here. Watch parties. Where do we get the... How to join. Blah, 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 blah. Just give me a list.
That's what I found. It's not there.
Okay. All right. Well, that's annoying. So, it is now 9:09, Carla Marie. We have a meeting we're going to go to today that we can't talk about yet, but once we can, it's going to be some pretty exciting stuff. And I know that sometimes it's annoying because now you kind of want to know what we're doing, but hopefully it'll be soon that we can tell you what's going to go down. Until then, don't forget there is a new episode of the Morning Show podcast available wherever you get your shows, and we'll be back on Monday.
We will be back on Monday. And if you missed the Medium episode on Tuesday, you can check it out on YouTube. It was pretty cool.
All right. Later.